A Victory Monday edition for the Green Bay Packers as they beat the Detroit Lions 27-13. And it wasn't even that close, frankly, edition. The what more could you have asked for? Jordan Love with some big-time throws, the defense with a dominating performance, and that Micah Parsons guy looks like he's pretty good edition. And I can think of one thing I would have asked for. Hey, Marky, how about at least waving to the crowd when you were announced?
Oh, snap.
Biggest cheer of any of the former Packers from the Super Bowl 45 team? And old boy, just snubbing us all. Edition of Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need and everything you want on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-customizable, all-free ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Android and Apple app stores. I'm Chase Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson's in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location, I saw him in person. He was with Josh Sitton, TJ Lang, Ryan Taylor, lots of former Packers at Alumni Day. And the only man who got a bigger cheer than this guy when he came out of the tunnel was Mike McCarthy, which was awesome, by the way. I think that's his first time being back at Lambeau Field. It's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm great outside of your criticism. It was just an unbelievable day for all of us, alumni and everything. The fact that we got to catch up with Mike, and yes, that was the first time Mike was back other than coaching the Cowboys, and not going to shock you or anybody else, but just back in the tunnel, everybody obviously, the first half was going great. Micah Parsons came over, gave Mike a big hug as he was coming off the field. Mike was the star of the operation yesterday, and I don't think anybody's going to be shocked to say Mike got super emotional. And it was really, it was a super cool, it was just great. The whole thing was great. So all of the other stuff, the game and everything was just I think from a Packer fan standpoint, former player, current player, fan of the team, you couldn't have had a more perfect day. And that's kind of how I felt yesterday, too.
So for fans who weren't at the game, after you guys all get announced, Mike is last, and the only cheers that I heard that were louder were the ones for Micah Parsons when he was introduced, when he ran onto the field, and when he had the sack at the end. Otherwise, Mike McCarthy got the biggest ovation, I thought.
Yeah, it was, and I don't know if because I was unfortunate I couldn't get to the Saturday night dinner. There were some festivities I couldn't be a part of because of the Badger game, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But there was an alumni dinner on Saturday night, and then yesterday we all kind of congregated down with probably 5 or 6 minutes left in the first half. And just everybody going up to Mike, and you could see it really meant a lot to Mike McCarthy to be back. I think it was a relief, but I don't think there was any question he was going to get an ovation.
Right.
To what degree? Mm-hmm. It was awesome. I know I got to talk to him afterwards. And he said that you're still being super dramatic. He mentioned something about you, too. He said he's going to jump on with us here in the near future. He couldn't come on last week because he had to break his Micah Parsons news on Pat McAfee. So I said, totally understand. But I just love the fact that he's kind of getting his flowers and that he got them in the way he did, because there's a lot of people in that building that still have really high regards for Mike McCarthy, and it was great to see that shake out yesterday.
Yeah, well, he is he's a very good football coach, but he's a much better human.
Successful. He's a highly successful.
But a much better human. And it was great when City and Lang, and they were like, I don't know if they knocked his hat off when they were mobbing him on the field, but they were hugging him and giving him a noogie, and it was really neat to see. It was so you don't appreciate my criticism? I just want to know why you didn't wave.
Because I did a little wave as the smoke was coming, and then I
broke
look
down the
out
film.
and I see City and I see Cooney and I see all the guys, and so it was awesome. And then I get done and I get back and I see it, and I got you critiquing me, and I was just like, I don't need to partake in this foolishness. It was like, for me, this weekend was the epitome of why I'm so blessed. So I didn't need you. You can critique me all you want. You go ahead and do that. I'm not going to care. But the fact that I got to go and introduce my good friend Matt LePay at his Hall of Fame induction, along with a couple, Joe Pavelski and other people on Friday, call a Badger win, and then go up. It was a really good reminder to get to see all my old buddies and enjoy the game and work. It just was a great weekend for me, and it was a great weekend. I'm not going to let you and your critiques bring me down. So it was just a fantastic weekend, and I'm truly blessed, and I fully understand that.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly glad that you felt blessed, and that's great, because you are. What a great life you lead. Not sure that means
I'll
wave
say this.
to the
This
fans who are
weekend
cheering.
was awesome, and then as we saw, it was also great that my predictions on how the game was going to play kind of played out too. Because I like being right, as you guys know. The fact that I thought we'd stifle and shut the Detroit Lions offense down and make them look pedestrian, that kind of came to light. And you were talking about Micah and the impact and the post game, all of the stuff. I'm going to have a hard time finding a negative today, because I know we do positives, negatives, take calls, et cetera, et cetera. There ain't going to be a lot. I have one. But the positives so far outweigh the other. And I do believe this, and I said this on the postgame last night, and I don't know how you feel. This could be the first time that this team is going to be defensive-led. This is going to be – the defense is going to drive this bus. They're going to drive the bus. I said since 96, and I know it's not a fair comp because Favre was playing obviously at a higher level. This team, the defense drove that team. Like, people forget about it. This team has the same capabilities, and I started thinking about that. But when you have Favre, Rodgers, and now Jordan Love, and you have really good quarterback play, it's really hard to kind of do that. But I do believe that's where this team is going. And yesterday, it seems as if the indicators tell you that is the road they're going to go down to.
Well, I'm not here to criticize your entrance into Lambeau Field, although the cheers were very loud for you, and that made me feel really good. I'm also not here to criticize that take, which is, I think, inaccurate. The 1996 team was number one in the league in both offense and defense. But I do think your critique of this year's team is accurate, and we can get into that a little bit further as the show goes on, because I do think that this team is going to be defense-driven. And even if your statement about 1996 is inaccurate, I think your statement about 2025 is accurate.
The caller on Green Bay game night is who said that. I agreed with him. But what I'm saying is, when's the last time you came into a season? When's the last time you watched a game and thought, and I know you're going to say 2018 when the Packers shut the Bears out in LaFleur's first game. Nobody thought that, oh, my God, we're going to be the Ravens of whatever and the Bears. And I'm not saying that. What I am saying is this is the first time that I can remember in the 10 years we've been doing this show that I would say the defense is going to be markedly better than the offense for the season. And that's what I believe. And that means you're going to be led by your defense. That doesn't mean your offense can't throw up 41 points. Go ahead. I like winning 41-6. That's fun for all of us. But this team is going to be led by its defense and Jeff Hafley. That is a complete swing from anything. How many years? You've covered it 30 years. How many years would you say the defense is going to lead the charge here? How many years can you say that as you covering this team?
0.
1?
No, 0. And by the way, the 2019 opener in Chicago that they won 10-3, and Rodgers says we got a defense after the game, turned out they had a better defense than they'd had previously, but very much premature. And that was the first time they opened the season at home since 2018, when Rodgers obviously had the incredible comeback after he fractured the tibial plateau in his knee in the first half, and they were down 20-0. Big win for Big Mike that day. Of course, again, the season ended with him being fired with 4 games left. I'm sure he was happy to return when Mark Murphy was no longer the president. I think that was probably a good timing thing for him as well.
Maybe.
So I don't foresee him forgiving Mark for how that played out, but that's neither here nor there. And to your point, because again, much like I couldn't agree more about the blessed life you live and how great it is that it was a reminder for you to have that incredible gratitude for what a cool life you have. Still could have waved. And much like I agree with you that this is a defensive-led team, and we're going to see that throughout the year, they ain't 96. That doesn't mean they aren't going to make it to a Super Bowl, but Brett Favre won the second of his 3 consecutive MVPs in 1996, and their offense was really, really good, too. I don't know how good this offense will be. I am a believer that it could be pretty damn good, though. Yesterday, Jordan Love on his first 4 third-down throws was blank and awesome. I mean, bigly throws. I thought he was really good. Again, threw for only 188 yards. He didn't have to put up huge numbers. Completed passes to 10 different people. 10!
Yeah, this is gonna be a Clark Kent season.
Take a beat.
He's not going to need to be Superman. Okay. No, he's not going to need to put the cape on. Very rarely. He's not going to have to do what Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson did last night. Now, there might come a game in the postseason, and, oh, by the way, Jesse and I were really wrong about wanting to watch that game over the Steelers-Jets game, too, by the way. Whatever.
My understanding was that those games were not on at the same time. And by the way, speaking of really,
one, old boy.
Let's be honest.
You had to pick one.
Jets Steelers was a really good game. So don't.
It was an awesome game, but it wasn't as good as the
really good.
So, Jason, I guess to your point, and yes, that's why I didn't. The '96 comp, you had a stacked team, no question, but everybody knew that defense with Reggie and Santana and Gilbert and Leroy, you knew what you were going to have. You knew that defense was going to dominate. Matter of fact, one of my favorite quotes, Leroy kept telling Brett, don't worry about making a mistake. We got you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When do you ever remember? Like, you think anybody in the Favre era after that, or I can assure you we didn't.
Definitely not in the Rodgers era.
You think Rodgers in 2011 ever was like, hey, don't worry about making a mistake. We'll shut him down. And he's like, well, no, you won't. I got to score 35 to win.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not going to be the case this year. And I feel very confident. Now, obviously, injuries can happen, and there's going to be some spots where things don't look that good yesterday. But Micah Parsons played 29 snaps.
Correct.
30 if you count a penalty. He's just getting started. And you're this dominant. And this, by the way, this isn't playing the Browns or the Titans. You're playing the Kings of the North, or the old Kings of the North.
They've been usurped.
Yeah, I thought I had a great line on Green Bay game night. I don't think it made Twitter, which I was a little disappointed about. Scott Farkas got his tail kicked last night. He did. He got kicked. Because, Jason, you saw it. This wasn't some fluke. Detroit couldn't block us, and we blocked them. Now, we didn't run it great, but that pass protection was, to me, early in the game, was probably going to be the biggest point that gets underreported or looked at. Because Jordan Love is coming off a thumb. He's going to want to have a clean pocket just to gain some confidence back. And you're talking about 3rd and 6+, delivering the goods when Detroit could have had blitzes and anything else. And the boys up front did their job to a really high level. Jordan could pat the ball. He could. It just was a thing of beauty yesterday. And my last little wrap before we go here, first break, is a fan called in and said, calm down a little bit. And my point to you, to fans and everybody else listening, not you because you're not a fan, but it was, what the heck do you want to calm down about that for? Like, if you're going to be a fan, yesterday was the day you should be exalting from rooftops because it was just that good. Now, you don't need to do it for the next 3 days because you got a game coming up and things could change and we could be, oh, my God, we overreacted. Yeah, maybe. That's what fans do. So today when we take calls, I just don't know how many negatives people can come up with. I'm sure you can. But what a day. And it just, I don't know. I know Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst could not have envisioned a better start to a season than what we saw yesterday. Because he wanted to be more physical and tough, Goody did. And I don't know about you, looked to me like Green Bay took Detroit out to the ocean and said, hey, boys, let's see how you guys can do this. Let's see if you want to be able to tread water out there, because they couldn't. And that's a reversal of what we saw in the first part of this Dan Campbell era against Matt LaFleur. Period. Thin.
I'm not even going to go there. 844-770.
Where were you going to go?
So,
no. If I may.
Amazing weekend. Feel incredible love and gratitude for the life you live, which is great. You should, and I love that you're so appreciative. Bothered by the critique of No Wave, which I think is fair. Great game. Very few negatives, if any. Can't really find one.
No, I have one. I found
can't really find one, or you're forcing one. But not pleased that your Scott Farkas reference didn't make Twitter. Dominating performance, lots of excitement, impressive game, great post-game show on Green Bay game night. Had a fan who said you should calm down. I just feel like you're letting some of the negativity, take the shine off your otherwise amazing experience. Like you brought up three negatives. I just want to understand what's going on.
Because I feel this way. I wanted to use that as a jumping-off point, which we used to do a ton of.
Lots of jumping-off points,
and
sure.
I just don't – the amount of Honolulu Blue that was walking out of that stadium –
Wait, are you giving your negative now?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. What I'm saying is they're walking out, and it looked to me like it wasn't dejection. It was resignation. I think they know. They just saw something that they hadn't seen, and they were resigned to the fact this defense, this ain't the last couple years' teams. We ain't bully balling this group, and I don't know if we're where we need to be. I don't know. I wonder if they're starting to wonder if their window has closed. Like, that was the vibe I got from the Honolulu Bruins last night.
And there was a lot of Honolulu Blue to get that vibe from.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was.
Again, you should keep raising those ticket prices. So, before we get to our positives and negatives, I'm not sure if their window is closed. It is only one game. But the Packers undeniably ate their lunch and Ralphied the crap out of Scott Farkas.
Ralphie Farkas. Yes. Yes, he did.
Which, if someone could get that up on our social media channels immediately, Mr. Tauscher would appreciate that.
I'm still not doing it.
Be that as it may.
Well, Lord knows they put it up. Maddie and the team puts a lot of stuff up, and then I put gold out like that, and they don't do it. That was just that's all. That's all I'm saying.
I did see your entrance into Lambeau Field on social media, video of it as well, and I broke down the film. All I know is this. The window. Oh, Jesse is actually showing it. Hand in the pocket as he came out. So great work, Jesse. We appreciate the Zapruder film.
Didn't see a wave.
Yeah, there was a wave right as the smoke was clearing. I waved, and then I thought about doing the W. Then I saw City and the boys, and I just wanted to get out and hang out. So, plus I didn't know how much time we had, and I don't move that great, so it's kind of limited.
Also, appreciate you reading all the coverage at channel3000.com, where you can read about how dominant the offensive line was and how much time and safety they gave the quarterback. Until, of course,
somebody did that.
Until, of course, Zach Tom and Aaron Banks left the game with injuries. That's a preview of our negatives that might be coming up in a few minutes, but we can't do any of that until we hear from Tausch about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home, but when you see the experience and the professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order up by the end of the month. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
Your positives, your negatives, but first ours. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. What a fun day full of stories it was yesterday. It was, I can't imagine, if you're a Packers fan, that you could have envisioned it going any better against the bullies on the block. It could not have gone better for the home team, which opens with a 27-13 win over the Detroit Lions. Your positives, your negatives. 844-770-3776. Coming up, it's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde.
Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
I don't think that Pat Murphy operates that way. I think he wants to keep that pedal to the metal the entire time, because as soon as they take their foot off of someone's throat, that person's going to get up. The Brewers do not want that. The Brewers want to continue to bludgeon people.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and also sponsored by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
Come
Coming straight out of Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present The 8 Block, a fresh new youth-led radio show powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth. Hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other week, 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives. Don't miss the premiere on June 21st at 10 a.m. That's June 21st at 10 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to The 8 Block.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer.
The calls and texts are already rolling in on the Carbless Talking text line, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We'll get to you guys coming up. But first, Tausch, your biggest positive. Then we'll get to your one negative that you were able to find.
I don't know where to even start and to pick what the biggest positive is, but I have to just go with the defense's attitude and Jeff Hafley with what they were able to do. And I don't know if it was Edgerrin Cooper or Quay Walker, but everything was downhill. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that's the Micah Parsons effect. And it is. It's a big part of it. But the biggest positive for me is Rashawn Gary. You saw Rashawn Gary perform. Lucas Van Ness made a play. That stuff could happen without Micah. Do I think it would? No. So just the overall approach and the fact that this wasn't the sit back and let's see what happens. You took it to Detroit. You were on the attack the entire day. And it wasn't one level, it was all three. You saw Steinhoffler make a big play because just sit back and make a tackle. And went and made a play. And that was Micah beating the all-pro right tackle inside quick, made a quick throw. And lastly, what you did is you dictated play. Last year, it felt like Detroit dictated with running the football and play-action pass, and they could do their trickeration. It was all cute and fun. It can't be cute and fun when you're kicking Keister up front. And the fact that, and I saw this, Adam Schefter said this morning, I said it on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning, the tailback Gibbs caught 10 passes for 31 yards. That is a record for the least amount of yards with 10 catches in the history of this league. The history of the NFL. And what that tells you is, hey, this is what we will let you have, and we will take that away too. That's what that tells me, and that to me is the biggest positive. There's 100 other things I could go down, but dictation of what a really good offense is going to do, that's why I'm so bullish on where this team is.
Jesse, what was your biggest positive?
All the phone calls we're getting right now. I'm going to go offense. 10 different receivers caught a pass yesterday, or pass catchers caught a pass yesterday, which I thought was awesome. They were spreading the ball around well. At one point, Jordan Love, I think early in the game, had 8 different players he had thrown a completed pass to, and it was pretty early in the game when that had happened. So spreading the ball around, seeing Savion Williams and Matthew Golden, and obviously Tucker Kraft with the touchdown catch. But the way that the offense was so balanced in the passing attack, especially early on, and then when they needed to go ground and pound and run clock, they were able to do that successfully too later in the game. Offense as a whole was my general positive, and the hot start they got off to yesterday and the way they spread the ball around.
Yeah, Micah Parsons' sack at the end in the fourth quarter with about 4 minutes left was great and all, and it was fun to watch the sideline and the stadium erupt. But my biggest positive is the more subtle ways that he impacted the game. And they weren't even that subtle. They just weren't stat line type plays, right? The pressure. I mean, he ate Penei Sewell's lunch. Like,
he did.
There's a chance that not only will Micah Parsons be a first-team All-Pro this season, but he also may help Zach Tom become one because he made one of the All-Pro right tackles not look like an All-Pro right tackle yesterday. So he has the pressure on Evan Williams' interception. He has a pressure on the sack that one of the 1.5 sacks that Rashawn Gary gets. He takes up 2 blockers on the half sack that Lucas Van Ness shares with Gary yesterday. He also takes up 2 blockers on that play where Colby Wooden knifes through and has the big stop up against the goal line. So to me, it's great. Obviously, you paid him $188 million to make plays, and he did. But I think it's also really interesting to see how that rising tide of him is lifting all the boats on defense. And again, they have to do it again in 3 more days because they're right back at it on Thursday. But I thought that was the biggest positive. All right, so we can get to your calls. Tausch, what is the one negative you were able to conjure up?
Traffic getting up to Lambeau was really bad. A lot of construction on 41. It sucked. Ended up having to do frontage roads. It blew. That's not my my negative is the NFL's officiating on unsportsmanlike conduct. Because the one to Xavier McKinney, I said this after the Thursday night game, and I said, Packer fans, you ain't going to like it. Because you're going to be a defense that plays with an edge and is going to dictate like we saw yesterday. You're going to see some flexity. You're going to see some emotion because that's what you want. Cut it out, NFL. All right, you made your point. Now, if you spit and if you're ripping helmets off and throw the flag. It's a big boy sport. I want to see guys with passion that it matters. So, yes, I don't want throat slashing. I don't want any of that. There are taunts, and then there's blech. Let's get the blech out of it. I'm done with this emphasis. You can't make calls like that. I want that out. And it will. I don't want it to take 4 or 5 weeks. I don't want something to happen Thursday night that could be, change a game because they've emphasized this stupid rule. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my Tausch talk. Yeah, I actually was going to use that one too, and I'm a guy with both LaFleur and Xavier McKinney, and I appreciate Xavier acknowledging that I was right. Look, this is what they talked about. He flexed over the guy. He stood over him after he put him on his keister. And whether or not you agree...
Ball. That's ball.
Yeah, I agree, but Matt LaFleur lost his you-know-what over that call. I mean, he was still going after the officials multiple plays after that play had occurred, and he was being held back by Doug Collins, the security guy, and multiple others. He was irate. And what I would say, and he's right, it should have been offsetting, because after he does the standover Khalif Raymond for knocking him into next week, Khalif Raymond gets up and headbutts him in the face mask. So it should have been offsetting. I totally agree with Matt LaFleur. I also totally agree with you that this is nonsense. I understand that they're trying to get control of some of the behavior and that the trickle down to college and high school and peewees is what they're concerned about, because I do think that there's a lot more of that, having been to a few high school football games now this fall. And
I heard you've been covering it. Yeah, I heard that.
Not even laying on a picnic table during them. But that was nonsense. Like, it was not egregious. And the fact that, earlier in the game, and rightfully so, they also threw a flag because, was it Brian Branch who took Tucker Kraft's helmet off of his head and then threw it to the sideline. That's a penalty. That's a penalty in any era. I didn't think what Xavier McKinney rose to the level of a penalty, except for with this emphasis that they're putting. Given what they're trying to do, if you saw it during the Eagles game, forget about the spitting incident with Jalen Carter. There were other multiple incidents where it seemed like ticky-tack, unsportsmanlike conduct, but they flagged it. Yeah. And that's what they're going to do, as Tausch talked about last week.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 more weeks they'll do it, and they'll be done. Exactly. Let's just get done with it now.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Jesse, I'm sorry, I didn't get your negative. Was it traffic related too?
No, I was not up there yesterday. 4 of 10 on third down, and a lot of those conversions were
after
long.
4 for 4, and then 0 for 6.
So third down efficiency. Like, let's get some more first downs in those situations, extend some drives.
I feel like there was a lull, so I can see that criticism. But man, feels like a reach.
That's the kind of day we had yesterday. We like that. You know what?
I thought Homer made a really profound point on game night last night, which I'm not going to rip Homer because Homer's awesome on that show.
He is.
How awesome was it that at the end of the game, that cat makes an unbelievable catch? I don't even remember what wideout it was from Detroit.
Tesla?
Muskie? He makes this great catch, and everybody normally would be like, oh, but the fact that nobody even really cared because you were so dominant says everything about yesterday. Because that was a whale of a catch. That was a whale of a catch. And you're sitting, you don't even have to worry. You're not on pins and needles. Hey, whatever. Unless, I don't even know if gambling, if it played into it. I'm sure it probably did. But outside of that,
it did not.
Part of it also. It didn't on over-under? I would have thought it might have. What a deal. So that was, I thought, another really good point by Homer.
What a deal. And I'll tell you what a deal the folks at Lakeland Supply have going on to make sure that they are taking care of your packaging and supply chain needs. Core values are an important piece of any successful business, and Lakeland Supply is no different. They've been displaying their core values in the industrial supply space for over 40 years. Integrity, excellence, stewardship, partnership, and faith. They're ISO certified, a Future 50 winner, a top-rated company in customer satisfaction, and they believe in giving back to their community. Lakeland isn't one of those catalog companies either. They work to be your packaging and supply expert, building plans around what you want. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. So set up that free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. 844-770-3776. We get to your positives and negatives. And next, it's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Bella Kane takes the stage this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. Gates open Wednesday at 6 with Bella Kane starting at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. It's Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday with Bella Kane.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWspinecenter.com. That's OAWspinecenter.com.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run September 15th through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Coming straight out of Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present The 8 Block, a fresh new youth-led radio show powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth. Hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other week, 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives. Don't miss the premiere on June 21st at 10 a.m. That's June 21st at 10 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to The 8 Block.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Your calls 844-770-3776 844-770-3776. Let's start right here in Green Bay with Eric in Green Bay. Eric, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. How you guys doing?
We are outstanding. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll jump right into positives. Biggest thing for me, I know you guys are going to get really into the X's and O's, but like what an atmosphere for the fans, starting just even with announcing the starting defensive lineup, purposely doing that, having Micah announce last, and then just seeing that uproar. And that continued throughout the entire game. Every time early on when he was just coming on third downs, every eye in the stadium was glued to number one. And just the energy and that crescendo when he was just getting a pressure or forcing an incompletion and just an appreciation for the defense, absolutely unbelievable. At the end of the game, this is garbage time. There's a fan with a young kid near me debating leaving early. Like you guys mentioned, like, oh man, traffic was pretty bad, honey, should we get going? And they're like, no, I want to see the defense. I cannot remember an opportunity in my lifetime where I've seen fans want to stay to watch the defense perform. That was unbelievable. Lastly, one of the things for the fan experience, I loved when they had the Super Bowl alumni come on, the surprise with Big Mike coming out at the end. and then just the ovation and the gratitude he got. And I know things didn't end on the best notes, but it was really awesome to see that appreciation.
That was absolutely awesome. Did they have trouble booking a lot of your teammates from that team, Tausch? I mean, it was great to see you and City and Lang, but like, I didn't see a lot of the guys that I guess I was expecting to come back. I didn't see. Obviously, Charles Woodson does his college football stuff on Fox, but no Greg Jennings, no Donald Driver, no Jordy Nelson. I guess I was a little surprised. I expected more of your teammates there. Was there a challenge there?
I wasn't in charge of the booking, so you're asking a wrong cat.
I thought maybe there was some talk about that.
Obviously, I'm assuming there'll be more opportunities down the road. But to Eric's point, watching the defense, he's right, and I think the game was in hand. But nobody wanted to miss the Micah Parsons first sack. No, you just didn't know what was going to happen because you're now looking at a defense that has an offensive mentality, which is different than what we've seen in the past. And I don't know how much more Mike McCarthy love we can spread, but I think Eric feels like most fans, and that's why the roar was as loud as it was yesterday for Mike.
Yeah, again, that was awesome. That was one of my favorite things about yesterday. It was nice of him to wave to the crowd as he came out. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Let's go to Sparky in Sussex.
It was rugged. It was rugged.
Ruggability.
And that was it. Normally, listen, going home after the game, I get it. Yeah, I said it's all that congestion from getting out, but never is it on the way up. And yesterday, it was rugged. Tim, I agree. Continue.
Sparky, put another log on the Yule log. What a day for the Packers, and I'm sure you enjoyed every moment of it. How you doing?
I'm doing well, guys. Hey, it's a great day, and I got to agree with Tausch twice. Traffic going up was a nightmare. Didn't expect that. It was great coming back. And Tausch, you hit the right word for it. Lions fans, the resignation. Even before the game, it was kind of odd. We were at a bar with a view of the stadium before the game, and the Lions fans, can be a little obnoxious sometimes, and they were very quiet. Like they knew the Parsons effect was coming. It was kind of odd.
Sack
After
time.
the game, they just had that million-mile stare, like, oh, now I got to drive 8 hours home too.
What'd you think of Sack Time's performance, Sparky?
Oh, Sparky.
Hey, it's coming. It's coming. You're going to regret all that crap you gave me. It was amazing too. The ovation he got was unbelievable. I don't remember anything that loud for a while.
Yeah, the place exploded, and Micah told us after the game that LaFleur called him on Saturday and said, "Hey, we want you to feel this embrace," and he felt it. And look, I understand that there are some in Dallas that have taken issue with him, and I don't know what the future holds and how he's going to be during his Packers tenure, but he has made a pretty darn good first impression, both on the field and off. Like he was vulnerable yesterday, talking about how difficult the last 6 months had been. Again, I understand he just got paid $188 million. Great. But things got dramatic and frustrating for him in Dallas, and yesterday meant a hell of a lot to the guy. And I think it means a lot of really good things for the Packers as well. Thanks for the call, Sparky. We appreciate you. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We'll get to more of your calls coming up. Tausch, I am curious. Did he look like everything you expected him to be, or was he even better in his 29 snaps?
I think it was what it was expected, but
yeah, me too.
The amount of attention that you assume that's going to continue on. But obviously his sack, and somebody, I don't know if it was on TV or on social media, put out, and I thought it was perfect. I do not watch the Animal Planet. I don't watch all that stuff. I'm more of a Food Network guy, shockingly.
Sure.
But the idea of a gazelle and a lion, that's what that was. Right? That's what it was. Tracking him down and knowing, you can't be the slowest. And that's what happened yesterday.
Jesse, when you put yourself on the video, that means I'm expecting you to say something.
No, I do a lot of
and all we did was had you nod.
They got like the facial.
I
was doing a facial reaction for you guys there.
This is a radio program still.
Nah, not on YouTube. It didn't. Do gazelles go get lions? Is that how that works? I thought.
No, are you serious right now?
Lions go and get gazelles.
No, it's not the team nickname. He's the lion. Goff was the gazelle. He's the predator. Oh, my God. All right, just tell us. No, stop.
You're going to jump on video? You're jumping on video for that?
The thing that I saw was a thing that goes and gets a lion. And I don't know what that is, but it was an animal that...
It's the king of beasts.
It took down
No one goes and kills the lion.
Somebody did. Micah Parsons was it yesterday.
Packer fans, your next quick trip run, gazelle, whatever, could score you the ultimate win in the Packer fan zone. Cruise into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or hit the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570. And how about grilling like an MVP with a Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle? For every $1 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you'll earn points to use in the Packers fan zone. No purchase is necessary. Get the full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. You know what? Also, great weeks of sales, and they end today. Nature's Touch ice cream, 1.5 quarts, $2.99. Quickery white bread, pound loaf is 99 cents. Sausage links, $2.49. Apples, oranges, and pears, 3 for $1.49. And tailgate savings and sweepstakes only at Quick Trip. We'll see you next time.
That was bafflingly bad.
I just don't know why he jumped in there. I was trying to explain, like, you're chasing down. You see those videos where animals are chasing each other.
You don't have to explain yourself.
And Jesse jumps in, and I'm like, I can't wait to see what he's, because I feel like Jesse might be an Animal Planet watcher. Like he's sitting around and he's watching hippos doing stuff and whatever.
Hippos
and then he just
doing
sits there
stuff.
blankly. I like I'm a big fan of the watermelon and the jaw strength of hippos. I think it's a fascinating deal.
Exactly.
Jesse's going to add some value or point, and he just sits there quiet and doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Then he thinks that Micah Parsons is the gazelle in that metaphor.
Because they were going against the lion.
Yesterday they weren't.
844-770-3776. The Lions came in like lions, but they left as lambs or gazelles. We'll get to your calls next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Terrio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
If you've been waiting to update your home, don't wait any longer, because Macy's Labor Day sale has our lowest prices of the season on everything, from our exclusive Radley sectional in so many fabric and leather options, to our beautifully crafted Headworth Queen bed, plus top mattress brands like Sealy and Beauty Rest for that new bed, all at 20 to 60% off, over half off. But don't wait any longer. Our lowest prices of the season won't last forever. Hurry into Macy's today. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Hey IKEA fans, IKEA is turning 40 and they are giving you the present. From September 3rd to the 23rd, IKEA is celebrating with a huge gift card giveaway. Every day, 3 times a day, 40 lucky winners will score an IKEA gift card worth anywhere from $5 to $500. That's right, 120 winners every day at every store. Don't miss your chance to join the celebration and win. Visit your IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us for more information today. Must be a IKEA family member to participate. 1 gift card per IKEA family membership during the promotion.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The Carbless Talking text line 844-770-3776. Let's get to a couple more calls, and then we'll continue in the 10 o'clock hour, because we do, if you know, everyone's so happy, not a lot of controversy, not a lot of things to be frustrated with, to vent about. I don't know how calls went on Green Bay game night with you and Homer. But we've got plenty of open phone lines. We got Mitch in Stoughton and Jamon in Dallas coming up here. But lots of texts. We'll get to them. Let's get to Dance and Danny.
Danny's
go first.
on your team, huh?
The analogy was ridiculous. I agree with Mr. Nelson. In the analogy, who was the gazelle and who was the lion?
This out.
Parsons is the gazelle and Goff is the lion. Dumb. No. I understand. It would be better if Jared Goff was the quarterback for the Commanders or for the Dolphins or whatever. Don't get hung up on the team name of the opponent yesterday. He is the Detroit quarterback. But if you need Danny, we love you. We appreciate your loyalty to the show. But if you and Jesse both need to have explained to you what happens on Animal Planet or National Geographic, where predators are shown chasing down prey and tearing them limb from limb, that is what happened to Jared Goff yesterday in the football sense. Rob Domofsky had this, and I used it as well, from NFL Next Gen Stats. Micah Parsons was running at 18.47 miles per hour as he chased down Jared Goff. That is the fastest he has ever been clocked at running during any of his 53.5 career NFL sacks. He was booking. And my favorite part of yesterday was Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love both giddily retelling their perspective on that sack, because that play was coming toward the sideline, the Packers sideline, and they both could see what was about to happen to the Gazelle, the Detroit quarterback, Gazelle, Jared Goff, and Jared Goff had no idea. I mean, I'm sure he knew that he was being chased, but I don't think he saw that predator coming from behind. All right, now that we've covered National Geographic and the Animal Planet, let's get to a couple more calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Let's get to Mitch in Stoughton. Mitch, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning, fellas. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm doing well. Thank you. Yourself?
Well, hey, we love a good long-time listener, first-time caller. What prompted you to call, Mitch?
Well, I bleed green and gold cheese. My grandsons always want me to prove that, and I'm not willing to do that, but I do bleed green and gold cheese. And I love your show. I'll tell you what, the only negative I can really come up with is, and I agree with you guys, the kind of the ticky-tack calls on the officials. And this has been going on for several years, actually. But other than that, all three, in my perspective, is all three aspects of the Green Bay Packers, the offense, the defense, and the special teams were fantastic. And it's the defense. My father always told me, I'm 67 years old, my father always told me it's the defense that gets you to the big dance. Mm-hmm. And boy, do they look like the 94 Packers. I'm telling you. I wish them the best. The biggest point I want to make out is that the offensive line, A+++. Jordan Love had time to go back and flip burgers and call his wife and then go back and throw the pass to whomever he wanted to. They gave him a ton of time. Haven't seen that in a while. So I'm just pretty excited. Go Pack, and I love your show.
Thank you so much, awesome. Mitch. We appreciate the call.
We rack them.
The fact that he suffered the thumb injury on his last play of the preseason against the Jets when he took a sack, and he was never in danger yesterday. The one time that he was in somewhat of danger was when he ran, and then he, as we kind of joked about in the press box, now we know why he doesn't run as often, slipping and falling on his keister when he took off and ran at one point. That might have been when you were getting ready to come out of the tunnel and wave to the crowd. Didn't he get blown
up on that interception too?
Well, that he definitely was, and I want to get to that because not only did he get crushed by Aiden Hutchinson, but that was the only time I noticed Aiden Hutchinson yesterday.
Oh, burn. Yeah, Zach Tom had his way with Hutch yesterday. It was not.
And then Zach Tom gets hurtling over his fallen quarterback, trying not to land on him, and then he lands hard on his hip and leaves the game. We'll get to that coming up. I do want to get to Jamon so he doesn't have to sit on hold through the top of the hour. Jamon in Dallas, good morning, buddy. How you been?
Hang on. Sorry, I was answering another call. Thought we were done with calls.
Good stuff. There. Lion, Gazelle, phone call.
Hippo crushing a watermelon. This is going to be another one of those weeks for Jesse.
Thank you.
Jaymon, hi. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm not going to do that. He had a great week.
I'm
doing good. How you guys doing?
We're great. Great
Doing
to have
awesome.
you. Sorry, Jesse's thrown you off. What do you got for us?
A few positives. Packers get a win. First W of the year. Great victory one day. Had to rub it in. The defense, Jeff Hafley did a fantastic job. We lost Kenny Clark, but you couldn't even tell. Devontae Wyatt, Adrian Cooper, these guys would just play like they did yesterday. I think we have some studs. Adrian Cooper was flying everywhere on the field. Just kept everywhere. So I don't really have too many negatives. Only thing I can say, we played a little flat coming out the half. But, overall, I think we did a good job of having the depth on the line, seeing Zach Tom coming out, and Ben Styles still took the ball down their throat. So seeing Josh Jacobs turn up in the second half, it was beautiful.
Yeah, great
today.
point, Jaymon, on the running. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Thanks for the call, though. The fact that it was pretty clear that Tausch, and I'm sure you saw this from where you were in the alumni suite, the Lions did say, we ain't letting 8 beat us today. They loaded the box. They were very committed to stopping the run, and they did. He had 8 carries for 6 yards, or 6 carries for 8 yards. I can't remember which. It was bad. And then in the second half, he got it going, and it was impressive. Again, I am very curious to see what their offensive line situation is this week. That is my biggest negative. And also, I don't know what happened with Darian Kennard, who initially took over for Zach Tom at right tackle, and then the next series after that, it was Anthony Belton. So did he get hurt too? So there are some questions on the line. Certainly, we'll get to those. But injuries are less than ideal on a short week. And speaking of injuries, if you've been injured, there's only one call to make. Grubel offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Or go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers opened up the season with a 27-13 win over the Lions. Defense was the story of the day for the green and gold as they sacked Jared Goff 4 times. Here's what head coach Matt LaFleur had to say about the defense.
Defensively, it was a dominant performance against a really good offensive line, and Jared does a really good job of getting the ball out of his hands. So I thought defensively, just our style of play was exactly what we wanted.
The green and gold will have a quick turnaround before they are back at Lambeau Field on Thursday to take on the Washington Commanders.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee. locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch. I'd like to welcome David Gruber, who, as I said, listens to our show regularly, including during the first hour of the program. So, David, hope you're well, buddy. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We'll get to your texts that Jesse has been curating when he has not
like
been being confused about
gazelle.
gazelles. Yes, indeed. Would have been better if you said zebra, because they go after zebras too, right?
Well, they're the kings of the jungle. They're going to go after everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I swear.
who goes after the lions?
Becca showed me a video this morning that she saw.
Was it
and thought
AI?
it was funny. No, it was a Micah Parsons thing.
Was it that heavy set gal jumping into that pool in the
wa-
apartment complex?
That was. Are you sure that was AI? By the way.
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm not sure. I ain't sure about any AI except that one.
Okay.
Some of the other stuff is too good. This did not happen. No.
Fair enough.
I think that would have been reported.
So what did Becca show you before we get to calls, Jesse?
Well, I swear it was a video of the commentary, like it's Animal Planet or a documentary in the wild or whatever, but it said to attack the lion, it has to be strategic in how it approaches. So I didn't think it was the lion attacking the gazelle. I thought it was talking about an animal attacking a lion, which would be
no. The gazelle needs a shotgun of some sort. That's how it would attack a lion.
I'll go back and watch the video.
Let's go to the phones. This is
back.
just devolving. Let's move on. Let's go back to the phones. 844-770-3776. That is the carbless talking text line. Less is more. Let's go to Brett in Madison. Brett, good morning. Thanks for holding on through that nonsense. What do you got for us?
Hi, good morning. Well, I would say the positive really is just the energy, the passion, the confidence, the dominance. Like, it was all there. I
agree.
I will say I bring that up because I want to tie that into my negative. I am a Bear fan in Packerland, and I got to say it made me very nervous. But I'm happy for him. I just got to be honest. As soon as I saw that, I said, oh, man, so here we go another year. So for me, it's negative only on my end. But honestly, if they stay with that passion and that confidence and play together, I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to agree with them being in the top two in the NFC. I was very much in disagreement. In fact, the last week before they got Micah, I was thinking, like, why are they getting Packer fans' hopes up that they're going to get him? And I'm so glad I didn't call you guys because I would have looked so stupid. But, man, I mean, good for you. I just got to say, as a football fan in general, I'm happy for you, but I'm not. But
God, Brett, what a magnanimous
I totally
call.
get what Brett's.
Yeah,
I totally
that's
get where
awesome.
Brett's coming from, and I believe it won't just be the NFC North teams that are feeling this way. They felt that I told you I was at a freshman football game when the news
Indeed you
broke
were.
of Micah, and Bears fans were like, "What the? How? Huh? One of those deals."
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like that. And when we had Waddle on, he kind of reiterated it.
He did.
And I think Lions fans that maybe were fooling themselves, they weren't fooling themselves with that, aw shucks, puppy dog look yesterday, walking out with their shoulders slumped and their jowls hitting the ground because they know, oh boy. And I just feel like that is going to spread throughout the NFC throughout this time. And I'm not going to go there yet, but I'm getting close. I need to see a little bit more because Philly is still the nut whack. Where's my little nut whack deal? Philly's still the nut whack, and they deserve it. Tell you this, Green Bay's defense looked a heck of a lot better than what Philly put out there on Thursday night. That I do know. And Tell me somebody's defense that looked better than ours yesterday. I'm still waiting. No, tell me. It wasn't rhetorical. Okay. It was meant rhetorically, but it was. If you can name somebody, I'm all ears.
It was not in the Sunday night game, which, as you made sure you pointed out, was an incredibly entertaining game in the primetime window, not to be confused with the incredibly entertaining game that the Jets and the Steelers played in the noon window that you probably missed because you were spending time with your former teammates at the Tundra Trio. I know we had it up on the TV screen while it was going on, but great win for Aaron Rodgers and his new team, the Steelers.
The stat line looked good. I didn't get to see it. But his stat line looked good. 4 tutters and a game-winning field goal drive. Hey, Yinzy, you gonna go out to that? You going out to Pittsburgh when this whole tussle happens?
That's something that I need to talk to the powers that be about because obviously there's a financial component to that. I don't have that kind of wherewithal.
What if you and Jesse road trip it?
If I'm going with Wally Lukaczynski, who is from that region. He would be able to really show me around the Western Pennsylvania.
Just wait, you're firing Jesse and bringing Lukaczynski in to produce?
No, just for the road trip. No, just for the road trip.
But Jelly loves a good road trip.
Yeah, I want to go on a road trip.
Jesse.
I think you two. What a crew. You two, you document it. Think of all the quick trips you can stop at on the way. Just think of what a world.
I have experience driving people places where they sit in the back seat and I'm alone in the front seat.
Oh, and you could type? Do all your articles?
Get some work done. You don't have to worry. Wally's going to talk your ear off. I'll let you be.
Yeah, Wally, he'll jabber with you now. Yep.
We've got 3 people waiting on hold. I would like to get to them next. As much as I would love to discuss a road trip that I'm probably not even going to take, but maybe.
This thing keeps rolling and Pittsburgh is on it, you got to go.
Packers could be 7-0 going into that one.
I think it's only 6. I think it's week 6, isn't it?
I'll have to fact check that. What I don't have to fact check, and I saw the team from Tito's Vodka there at the Tundra Trio yesterday, is that Tausch loves himself a good transfusion while he's celebrating with his former teammates.
Who doesn't love football? Firing up the grill and having a nice cocktail in your hand. Well, whether you're tailgating before the game or you're watching from the couch or you're grilling with buddies, you're at the Tundra Trio, Tito's Handmade Vodka, it's always my go-to. Made in Austin, Texas. At the first legal distillery in the state, Tito's is distilled 6 times with a clean, smooth finish, and it's naturally gluten-free. And yesterday was, I thought, just a beautiful weather day, too. I am all about those high 50s, low 60s. I'm very nervous about going to Tuscaloosa. Because Tuscaloosa, I'll have to have a Gatorade with my Tito's. Going to be 90 degrees. Got to rehydrate, right? You got to rehydrate. That's key. That's the beautiful part. Just make sure it's always Tito's in your glass. And you know what else Tito's does in a big way? They give back. Partnering with nonprofits and doing real good in communities, especially for our 4-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled by 5th generation in Austin, Texas. And it's crafted to be savored responsibly.
844-770-3776. Joe Ferris Bueller calling from Williams Bay, and Josh and Madison. We will get to you guys coming up, so stay there. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft grace zone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Outfit your crew. Your workforce is your brand. From uniforms to safety apparel, Alpha Custom Apparel helps you outfit your team with gear that looks sharp and works hard. We create durable, functional apparel that keeps your crew comfortable and confident on the job. No more digging through endless catalogs. We handle the details so you can focus on running your business. With fast turnaround, custom options, and friendly Midwest service, we make it easy to keep your team looking their best. Visit alphacustomapparel.com. Let's get to work.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that 2-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you.
The speed of light, shooting stars just coming out of the sky and closing ground fast, which, I mean, that's why he's here, right? I mean, that was really exciting to see. I definitely know that our crowd reacted the right way as well. I mean, I don't know if I've heard our crowd much louder than when they introduced him, and certainly on that sack.
What a great answer from Matt LaFleur. I'm so proud of myself for getting that answer after the closing bell of the press conference and taking his grief again. You always got to ask another question. You just can't help yourself. Yeah, it was worth it. Thanks for the great answer, because that was a remarkable moment that we got to see at the end of the game. They did go down and score a touchdown anyway, and they did keep Micah Parsons in the game, trying to end it there, and it did not come to fruition, and he was definitely gassed by the time they finally pulled him. They were not planning on playing Micah Parsons quite as many snaps as he did, but 8 or 9 of them came on that drive, and the sack was great.
Probably didn't need all that, but I'm glad you're getting into condition, and especially with the Thursday night game. Game is Rap City USA'd, but I get it. Don't love it, but get it.
844-770-3776. Let's get back to the phones. Let's go to Stoughton. Go to Joe in Stoughton. Joe, good morning. Thanks for holding on. What do you got for us?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for waiting.
A couple pros definitely is the defense, but the offense. I was at the game yesterday to watch that offense move the ball down the field and put points on the board. I was at the Jets game in the preseason, and again, I know it's preseason, but that was an ugly, ugly game. Our offense was not at all clicking. And to watch them move down the field against Detroit and score, where Detroit's come in Lambeau and smacked us around a few times the last couple of years, that was fun to watch. Another pro, actually, was the drive-in. Traffic wasn't bad, so I'm not sure what time Tauscher shows up for the game, but we drove right in, got to our
what route did you take?
Spot. I think Tausch is looking for a little bit of advice here. Yeah.
41 to Lombardi Avenue. Right down the main strip. We drove right in. So my question, actually, one of the negatives was the traffic going out. But my question is, Tauscher, you're a former Badger. You're a former Packer. Hall of Fame, correct, with the Badgers? Correct, Tauscher?
Nope.
No, he's not a Badgers Hall of Famer. Packers Hall of Famer, but
okay.
Walk-on Hall of Famer.
My question is, at the tailgate, while we were drinking adult beverages, having our bratwurst, and throwing bags, there were several Jets that were kind of throwing off my bag tossing because the Jets kept coming, and landing. I figure a man of your stature, Tauscher, that you would be coming in on a jet where their traffic wouldn't bother you. You'd just be buzzing in on your jet, landing, and bang, you're right there at Lambeau.
Nice. I ain't going to lie to you. I'd love if that was the case, but it is not. So I don't know how. I'm not sure how his traffic was better. We left at 10:30 here outside of Madison. And I'm telling you, luckily, Sarah had the Waze app up, and thanks for the call. I usually just plug it in the maps and don't mess with Waze.
Yeah.
Waze got us off earlier. We ended up getting off of Highway 10, and we veered around and frontage roaded, so it was better. We were still moving, but it was a traffic jam. One of our friends was going up and said, don't go on 41 because it was brutal. I'm not sure what Joe figured out, if he got to the game, like if he left at 7 a.m., but I don't know what world he was living in, but I need to carpool with Joe. If I can't get a jet, I think that's where I need to be. Because nobody that I talked to yesterday thought that was a lot of construction, etc.
Yeah.
You can't account. It's more than 2 hours now to get up there, unfortunately.
By the way, great to see old girl. It is a delight every time I get to see her, and I got to see the color-coded electronic Tauscher family's calendar. That is slick. That is pretty impressive stuff. Also, you got a dentist appointment on Thursday at 2 o'clock.
It said game at 5 yesterday. Could have been anything.
I still don't like it. But yeah,
that's how I hear it's growing on you. Let's go back to the phones. 844-770-3776. Ferris in Williams Bay. Ferris, good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just got positive and negative, and then a question for you guys if you got time. Positive. I've never seen the Packers gang tackle like that. Like they were all around the ball. Jahmyr Gibbs did not have a chance. Every time he tried to second move, there was always 3 guys there. That was awesome.
Great point, by the way.
Not too much to complain about. Early quarter penalties, though, that's got to get cleaned up if you want to take a run deep. You got to. I didn't think they were terrible, but still, I mean, and that Xavier McKinney, we've already talked about it. That's just a joke. And then you got Jamison Williams getting it up in his face, and Brian Branch throwing Tucker's helmet. It's just like okay, what are we going to call here this year? You know?
Yeah, it was a scene, man. I will say this. Tucker Kraft really hates those guys. Like, if you remember, he had all kinds of issues last year with various Lions players, and I respect the heck out of him because he managed to contain his retaliatory instincts. And so and Ferris, I just want to interrupt you briefly because my question quickly for Tausch is, how hard is it to harness that? Because with your hackles up, I'm assuming it's very hard to say no. I'm not gonna get into this.
Well, the game is so emotional, and when you're in the heat of it, there are times that you're not acting as you would in a normal environment. So it is difficult, but that's what disciplined, mature players can do. And I think Tucker Kraft, with the C on his chest, I think you're seeing him elevate into that, and I think understanding what it takes to win, it can't just be ego and about you. It's got to be about what's best for the team. And when you can entice people to do things out of character, that typically means you got them.
All right, Ferris, back to you.
Okay, just a question, too. I thought that our cornerbacks did very well yesterday as opposed to Jair Alexander, which at the beginning of the season you had a very grim look on our cornerbacks without him. And I thought that last night showed some colors at how that knee obviously hasn't had time to practice. But, I mean, I'm a Ja fan, and it's sad to see because, I mean, he got cooked by a tight end at the end there, and he pretty much lost the game for him with that Keon Coleman tackle at the end right there. So, I mean, it was rough yeah. And, I mean, not practicing for a while will do that to you. But, I mean, what did we evade by, not giving him what, the $17 million that everyone was like, why are we paying him? It's like, that's why, because these guys are pros and they understand what the medical history is. And sometimes putting your faith in Gutekunst, Wilde, is actually all right.
Yeah, Wilde.
Yeah, Ferris.
Yeah, Wilde. I can't believe you didn't make a Bueller joke. Like, how hard is this? Thank you, Ferris, for the call. You didn't make a Bueller joke.
Because I'm guessing Ferris has gotten his share of those over the years.
No way. I don't think so.
So, low-hanging fruit. I would just say this. My issue, although in real time I did think that the money that they paid, that the Ravens paid Jair, that's popcorn money. But yeah, he was not very good last night. There's no two ways about it. You'll get no argument from me on that. And his knee is clearly still an issue. He had to have it drained earlier in camp. He missed a bunch of practice time. Again, it's one game. I don't have any issue with that critique. I'm still, if there's a place where I'm a little nervous about their depth, it is there. I thought Javon Bullard played a really, really good football game. For a guy who was up and down as a slot guy last year, how many times did you hear Amon-Ra St. Brown's name? Not very often. Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine both, again, played well as well. Their entire defense was really, really good. I'm not sure that it's always going to be that way with their secondary, but yesterday they wiped the floor with those guys. There's no denying that. And they didn't have Nate Hobbs, who generally brings a very physical presence to their team. Other thing.
God, Detroit might have not had a team left if Hobbs played.
One other thing that I do think, somebody else mentioned it earlier, I can't remember who it was now, but if it wasn't Micah Parsons' debut, you know who we'd be talking about? We'd be talking more about Edgerrin Cooper. He was everywhere. And he is, talk about a cheetah or a jaguar or a panther or whatever other big cat from the Big Cat Rescue down in Tampa, chasing down gazelles. He was really impressive, undeniably impressive.
What was that? What was the dude's name that Baskins allegedly threw into the tiger bin?
Her husband. I don't
Robbins.
remember.
Robbins?
No, Baskins.
Robbins. Oh, that'd be funny.
Let's get to another call. 844-770-3776. Let's talk to Josh in Madison. Josh, thanks for holding on. Good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch.
Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
So I just wanted to comment on a couple things. Number one, I'm really impressed with the defensive line and the offensive line of Green Bay. I mean, virtually nobody could touch number 10, and I'm really proud of that for the line, for the offensive line. The defensive line, Gutekunst is a genius because we have a very young team in Green Bay, especially on the defense, and having that pass rush to throw off the quarterback to either it's going to be a sack, the ball has to come out right away, and it takes off of being able to look down the field for the quarterback, and I got to throw a check down, or he's getting sacked. And that helps our secondary because our secondary, they have to guard these receivers, and I'm talking about the fastest humans on this planet that get to run forward. The defense has to run backwards and change directions with the receiver. So the defense, in my eyes, are faster than the offense. But getting to Gutekunst and how genius of he is if he's able to have that pass rush, our defenders, our secondary, don't have to cover the receivers for as long. So that's a really good pro. And then my con is the only thing is I have all the confidence in the world in Jordan Love. He's a great player, and he's going to be great for years. The only thing that sets me back and question mark a little bit is his decision-making at times. 2 to 3 times per game, and especially in a situation where the Packers have the lead and we're up by 2 touchdowns, and we just want to put the pedal to the metal and not let up and just close the game out. For some reason, I feel like Jordan Love gives the other team 2 or 3 opportunities to get back in the game by just making a throw or a couple throws last night or yesterday that should have been intercepted but weren't. And over the course of the past few years that I've seen Jordan Love play, yeah, we have a lead and it looks like we're going to win and the stats are going towards us, the statistics going towards us to winning, but then Jordan Love does a throw or something that just gives the other team an opportunity to open the door to try to come back. And I just want him to limit that and just stay consistent.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Josh. We appreciate it. Look, I do think we have to point out again, in the interest of balancing the scales, the Lions started a rookie. They started a first-time starter, and they didn't have their stud center who retired on them during the offseason. Their offensive line is not as good as it was last year. They had one of the best offensive lines in football. And so, again, I'm not saying that what the Packers did defensively doesn't deserve a ton of credit, and that Micah Parsons was great, and Colby Wooden, who was basically tasked with becoming the new Kenny Clark, basically, replacing a 3-time Pro Bowl player that was beloved in the locker room and that Colby Wooden called his big bro during the week. He played really well. He took advantage of one point where 2 blockers went to Parsons and nobody blocked Colby, and he almost ended up with a safety because of it. So I don't disagree that they were dominant up front. It was one game, and you should feel really good about their performance. But if you have the Lions' offensive line of last year, are they as dominant? Probably not. Doesn't mean that they weren't really good yesterday. But, again, I'm not here to pee in anyone's Cheerios. There's a lot of reasons to be really excited. Let's see if they sustain it in 4 more days against the Washington Commanders. And let's see what Micah Parsons does more. But their defense was unbelievably impressive yesterday. And you have every right to be extremely excited as a Packers fan about that group.
So I can agree with you on a lot of that. You are peeing in Cheerios, but you're a Cheerio urinator. That's what you like doing, so that's fine. The part that I found really interesting, you're talking about Edgerrin Cooper, and he's flying around, and he's a hyena, lion, hyena, whatever Jesse wants to put out there. When I mentioned that Gibbs, 10 catches for 31 yards, and the lowest amount ever, what makes that is not easy. Gibbs is a stud.
He's a really good player.
Gibbs, one of the best pass-catching wideouts in the game. And even though you're Dinky Dunky and Charlie Checkdown, a lot of times you break tackles, you're playing too soft to coverage, you give up 7-8 yards, and you give up 6-7 yards, whatever. That wasn't the case yesterday. And when you're talking about attacking,
you're right.
And you always will give like little safety valve stuff and let somebody feel all nice and warm and safe. There wasn't any of that yesterday. It was all taken away. And when you can constrict a field like that, where Charlie Checkdown, if you don't break tackles, Charlie Checkdown ain't gonna. It just doesn't work. And that's what Detroit defaulted to because they didn't think they could hold up in 5- and 7-step drops. And they couldn't. And that's why the score and the game played out the way it did.
We'll get some more of your calls coming up and then your texts as well. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. But first, Tausch needs to tell us about American Family Insurance.
And life is better with American Family Insurance. That's because their agents will make you feel totally protected with a home, auto, or life policy that's just right for you. Also, you're free to enjoy your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
More of your calls and texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, with delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian. Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Our family loves when Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our home. And now football season has arrived, so try the green and gold Kringle. Traditional pecan Kringle and cheesecake Kringle topped with green and gold sprinkles. A crowd pleaser at any game day party. Order today at Kringle.com or 1-800-4DANISH. Easy to remember. Kringle.com or 1-800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, not just a treat, it's a tradition and the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
I don't care what Jerry Jones has to say ever again. He can say whatever he wants. I'm not listening. He can try to pontificate how great he is, even though he ain't. Don't care. To me, it's all about this team in the football field. He can say whatever he wants. He's going to anyway. He's going to try to justify everything that has gone wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. Not all on his plate, not all at his feet, not all his fault. The players have to be culpable because they have to play better. Yes, Micah Parsons, talking to you as an ex-Cowboy, have to play better, not just in regular season games, but in playoff games. But this gibberish is driving me crazy. I'm done. Whatever he has to say, he can give any interview he wants. Man, he got a cure for cancer. I don't give a you know what. I'm done hearing what Jerry Jones has to say because anything that comes out of his mouth is not helping the Dallas Cowboys. He wants to help his bottom line, go right ahead. He wants to help his ego, go right ahead. He wants to help his brand, have at it. Freddie Coleman, a Cowboys fan, is done listening to Jerry Jones.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush-mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars. Ready to go far. I'm start walking. Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars.
Let's get to one more call, and then we'll transfer to text messages. Let's go south of the border, the Wisconsin-Illinois border, to Deerfield, Illinois, and talk to David. David, good morning. Thanks for holding on. How you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Awesome.
Super.
Yeah, great win yesterday. Can't say enough about how the team played. I do have some pros and cons.
I love
one
it.
pro and con on Jordan Love. And I think it has to do with vision, maturation, and we all need to remember he's only in year 3 as a starter. So first pro, and I think this is really a byproduct of the offensive line play yesterday because they were fantastic. On the crosser to Golden, I think he had patience and he waited. There was a window between two linebackers that maybe in the past he would have tried to squeeze it into, but he took the time. He waited for him to clear the linebacker and get towards the sideline and hit him for a great I can't remember if that was a third down play or not, but really good vision and patience by Jordan.
Yeah, I believe it was.
side,
I believe it was third down.
Yeah,
He converted a third down.
To build on what Josh said, he still has a ways to go. There's some throws where he's got to remember that sometimes it's about resetting the chains, keeping the clock going. That throw to Dobbs towards the corner where he tried to fit it into him, it was a little high. Dobbs couldn't get it. He had Tucker Kraft coming over the middle pretty wide open, and it would have been an easy first down. And the other thing on that Dobbs throw is the way he threw it, you're making Dobbs hit his head on the ground, and the guy's had some concussion problems, so not the best to put him in that situation. And then one more con. I know the defense played great yesterday, and it's nitpicking, but I still have a question mark on Javon Bullard because I think he gave up 10 completions on 11 targets yesterday. He was a pretty sure tackler, which last year he had some problems with that. But I'm just curious how this plays out this year. Obviously, Hobbs wasn't playing. It'll be interesting to see, do they keep Bullard in the slot when Hobbs gets back? But how does our cornerback play look if we have a game where we're not getting the pressure on the quarterback? And how do these guys hold up? And then lastly, on the Lion and Gazelle piece, people are struggling with this. I think it's because the team is called the Lions. Maybe we should just go with Cheetah and Gazelle, and they'll understand it a little bit better.
I think that's very fair. Now, I want to go back to what you said about Bullard. I'm looking at the game book here, and he did have 9 tackles, and there was a lengthy completion that he was the tackler on to St. Brown that converted a 3rd and 2. But I would argue that as Tausch brought up and he also had a penalty, if I recall correctly. If you look at what he did to the Jahmyr Gibbs tackling thing that you were talking about, and 10 catches but only 31 yards, he was part of that. He had multiple tackles on Gibbs, maybe not as many as Edgerrin Cooper did. I thought he acquitted himself. When you compare him to where he was at last year, I thought it was a really encouraging thing. To David's point, though, I don't know what their plan will be when they have Nate Hobbs back, because both he and Nixon can play inside. And if you've got Carrington Valentine, you don't want him wasting away on the bench because he's a good player too. So they do have some options. But again, I don't know if usually if you don't play on Sunday, is it likely that Hobbs can then get the go-ahead for Thursday? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But if he is cleared to play, and he does play, I will be curious to see how they deploy their secondary. That'll be interesting. Let's sneak one more call in. Let's go out to Southern Cal. Now, is that Jesse? Is it the last time we had a caller from Southern Cal? They got after old boy a little bit, right? This is not him?
That's one of our texters. Yeah, this is a different guy. One of our Steve in SoCal likes
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Jordan Love poo-pooer. He wants Malik Willis starting. I wonder what Malik Willis would have done yesterday.
Yeah, I knew he said something that was curious.
This is a totally different guy as far as I know.
Well, Southern California is rather large. There's lots. It's very populous. So I knew this wasn't him. But Roy, good morning. 8:51 a.m. out there in SoCal. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Our pleasure. What do you got?
I have a different perspective and a different angle to take. And my straightaway comment is, why do the networks control the NFL schedule? I am over this matchup on the first week out. It's a roll of the dice. Why do they think, oh, well, let's put the Super Bowl, let's have a repeat, let's have the top two teams in the divisions go after one another? It's just as bad as college football. I don't like it. And then secondly, if I may, please, it's kind of an interesting thing what goes on with the North lineup this year. You've got, I don't remember ever in the Thanksgiving time frame, 2 back-to-back North competitions for the Packers. You've got the Vikings at home, followed by the Lions on Thanksgiving. And with that, I'll let you guys talk. And by the way, I'm from the land of Devon House. So you remember Devon. So
we do remember Devon House. And I believe he was among the alumni, maybe not yesterday, but he comes back quite frequently. He's from L.A., like Van Nuys area, if I remember correctly, for him. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Tausch, I don't know about you. I guess I would respectfully disagree with Roy about the scheduling. I like the fact that the defending champs open the season. That was different, right? It was a good game, and I thought yesterday. I love the fact they opened with the Lions.
I think Roy asked the question, and I always tell you when you say, "Why does the NFL?" It doesn't matter what the end of that sentence is. They like making money, and that's what businesses do. And the NFL is a big business. Here's what the NFL, they want to get a ton of excitement early in seasons.
Uh-huh.
And you always are looking for marquee quarterbacks on primetime. The Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay, you want big brands. And early in the season, you want those big, sexy matchups. Would I love to see Buffalo play Baltimore again? Would I like to see it in mid-October, early November when the team's got their footing a little bit? Yeah, I would. But I don't know how you're going to beat what you saw last night. And is it fair? Baltimore had every chance to win that game. They completely blew it.
They did.
So, and that's going to be a big, probably at the end of the season, tiebreakers and everything else will be big. But it's a very simple answer of why do they do certain things, and the answer is money. And you want they want to be able to say, we drew 40 million people to watch that Packer-Lions game. And then we saw 50 million for the Ravens-Bills. That spurs. You want your season to start with a bang. And I think the NFL, they do a great job of that. And I think throughout this weekend, and they get a big game tonight with a new quarterback and someone that's getting criticized a bunch in Caleb Williams with their new coach. Like, the storylines just keep kind of reproducing themselves, and that's why I think you want to finish the season with divisional games. I don't love the fact that it was the Lions game right away, but now that it played out the way that it did, and the fact that I said this when they put the schedule out, I love the fact that Ben Johnson and all of that transition, the Packers will take advantage of it. Let's not make any mistake about it. Dan Campbell's a heck of a coach. Everybody loves him. He is. I think you like how he carries himself. But that offense didn't look anything like what we saw last year. And that offensive line, that's transition. But the Green Bay Packers coaching staff did laps around what the Detroit Lions did. It was a physical beating, and it was also schematically, and you could say, well, your players are better. You still got to go out and execute it. And Jeff Hafley and Matt LaFleur, to a T, did that much better than what Dan Campbell did.
Yes, they ate John Morton and Kelvin Shepard's lunches yesterday at Lambeau Field. And, look, those guys are both new coordinators, and maybe by the time they play each other on Thanksgiving, we're having a different conversation. But it's hard not to have come away from that game thinking that offense really missed Ben Johnson and that he was the not-so-secret sauce. Like, we all know how good they were. They were the number one scoring offense in the league last year, 33.2 points per game. Yesterday, with about 4 minutes left, I think they got their touchdown with 55 seconds left. They had 6 points.
What a catch.
No touchdowns.
What a catch by that cat.
Great catch.
Tesla. What a catch.
What a deal.
And what a bank Associated Bank is. Best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. And whether it's Packers checking, Badgers checking, or Brewers checking, you can cheer on your favorite team with your favorite bank. Most importantly, though, they've got early pay, they've got credit monitoring, they've got fraud protection. They've got everything you need to make sure that you've got great customer service from your bank. So if you're at a bank where you don't have that, what are you waiting for? Make the switch today. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. We'll get to the text portion of the Carbless Talking text line next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. In her first high school meet, Port Washington freshman Amanda Lotz shattered the school's 100-yard backstroke record by an impressive 5 seconds. Lotz continued her standout performance by slicing 13 seconds off the Kohler Pool record in the 500 freestyle. She also topped her own school record in the 100 backstroke, setting a new pool record by 6 seconds. Her dominant swims played a crucial role in leading the Pirates to a narrow 91-89 victory over the Blue Bombers. Congratulations to Port Washington's Amanda Lotz, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC?
Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trauff offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrauff.com. Dick & Trauff Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrauff.com.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza. With delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian, Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer.
Jesse, we'll get the text in the top of the 10 o'clock hour, but since Tausch is about to tell us about Prize Picks, which I just realized watching some games over the weekend, I thought Tausch was their most prominent face of the organization, and then I saw Marshawn Lynch doing commercials, so I guess you'll have to take a back seat to him. But how did we fare? I know we definitely hit the more on yards for Romeo Doubs, and he got that. He had 2 catches yesterday, but one of them was for 48. He got it all in that one. But I believe he led them in receiving yardage with 68. So he crushed that.
Yeah, more on Dobbs was easy. Less Jordan Love passing yards was pretty easy. So we were 2 for 2 on that one.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, 72.5 rushing yards. Didn't quite get. I thought maybe with the extra time at the end they were running the clock out, he would get there, but he came up 6 yards short. And then McManus did not hit a 50-yard field goal, nor did Bates for Detroit. So we missed out on the one that Tausch and I both really liked on Friday, which was
I didn't like that one. I just want to be on the record saying that.
Than a 50-yard field goal. Yeah, so we were okay, depending on which advice you followed, but it's early. I think we'll sort it out here for week 2 and moving forward.
Yeah, not as exciting as the 60-yard field goal that the Pittsburgh Steelers, quarterbacked by Aaron Rodgers, won on. Quite a finish to that game as well.
Oh, is that a game?
In the early window that some people claim they had no interest in it. Tausch has got a lot of interest, though, if he's made some Prize Picks in certain games. So maybe if he makes some picks involving Aaron Rodgers, it'll pique his interest more.
I'll say this, a good weekend for Old T. I utilized that Dak Prescott 0.5. And you know what? It was normally I tell you guys I like going 2 and 3. I don't like trying 5 and 6. That's a lot. Big payout, big risk.
6-7.
I went big. Baker Mayfield, I went less. Bing. Trevor Lawrence, less. Bing. Amon St. Brown, touchdowns, less. Bing. Jared Goff, less. Got a little dicey at the end, so I was a little intrigued. I still thought that was a whale of a catch. But that's the beauty of Prize Picks. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game. I used that knowledge. I'm thinking Detroit would struggle to move the football. And get a little cash in old T's pockets for that. And it's simple to do. Play more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get them right, you cash in. You know what I say. It's always good to be right. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. If your player leaves the game and the first half doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count that as a loss. It is the best way to cash in on your football opinions. Download the app today. Use code OUT.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Did you know Love was born November 2nd? Did you know Love was raised in Bakersfield, California? Did you know Love played college football at Utah State? Are you looking for lots of Love touchdowns the rest of this football season? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we love being your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With our selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town, Discount Liquor has all your tailgating needs covered. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Begins now. I have been derelict in my duty of monitoring the YouTube commentary, so I will check in with the dwellers forthwith. But first, Jesse has compiled a myriad of text messages on the Carbless Talk and Text line.
A lot of dwellers today, by the way. Some extra dwellers than we're used to seeing over there. Appreciate them all being on the show. I'm not going to read their comments, so I'm going to read the text from the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line.
So you appreciate them, but not really.
Yeah, I appreciate them to a certain extent.
Some tiny font there, bro.
That's a good one, though, from Caitlin in Madison. The Packers dominated in every facet of the game.
Facet joint
of the game. That's good, yeah.
Come on, Jesse.
Sorry.
Caitlin.
Dude, don't leave Caitlin hanging.
Thank you for your service. Well played.
Yes.
I'm sorry that Jesse just glossed over your zinger.
What a poo-pooer. The big poo-pooer.
This is a good text. I'm sorry, Caitlin. The Packers dominated in every facet joint of the game.
Jason, should she have put joint in parentheses there?
No, I saw it right away. I think this one's on Jesse.
Okay.
One thing I noticed, Caitlin writes, was that Love was in shotgun quite a bit, both with running and passing the ball. I'm curious how the offense continues to evolve with the mix of formations and hopefully not giving up some of the effectiveness of being under center to get Jacobs going.
I thought he was, Caitlin, I was actually surprised how much under center he was. He was under center more than I expected him to.
I agree.
Be.
Yep.
He was certainly. I haven't gone back and looked at all the snaps, but he was definitely in shotgun more than he was under center. But he was under center more than I anticipated, which I think is again a good sign, because if there's one thing that Tausch and I were very critical of last season, it was how their play action game was ruined, Jerry, by how often they were in shotgun and how often they ran duo run blocking schemes for their stud running back, who was great last year, but their play action was not.
Just was not utilized to the degree that I think we all like. That's the secret sauce for Matt LaFleur. That's what he grew up on. That's what he likes doing. And I think there's some attaboys because you also want to utilize the strengths of your players. Josh Jacobs loves duo running. That's what he likes. So mix and match and kind of sprinkle and sprankle and do all that. Try to find that right balance. But I really thought yesterday, I did not think that they'd be under center as much. So, Caitlin, I appreciate it. I think it was great text. I think you're going to see more balance than we have as Jordan's thumb continues to heal, but I don't know. I didn't notice. I think I was pleasantly surprised, especially after hearing last week that he had still not handed off with his left hand. The fact that it looked as clean as it did yesterday, I think, is no snap issues. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I would agree. All right, Jesse, what else you got?
Got another text. This one's from Darcy in Fitchburg, who came out to Pizza Hut in Platteville to see Retro Tausch and LePay.
Well, that was fun.
Wondering your opinion on this take, writes Darcy. We all know J Love is a dude, but he has never struck me as a I want the spotlight guy. I think Micah Parsons taking the big spotlight takes some pressure off of Jordan. He can cook on offense without it being all on his shoulders. He seemed way more relaxed yesterday with, of course, the awesome play of the offensive line, Darcy in Fitchburg.
I think it's a great observation.
No doubt about it. I don't think there is any question, and all offseason I was saying you don't need to be Superman, and then obviously Micah Parsons comes, and I think that there is there's also going to be we want to make sure we're holding up our end of the donkey. You never want to be on a team where it's, the offense scores, but boy, can the defense hold up? Can they do its job? You're wanting to try and keep that part of your locker room as balanced as you can, too. You want both sides to feel like they're being super impactful. And then the special teams, teams or whatever they call it, contributing what they do. Jordan Love, I think as he's going to continue, he's going to want to be a stud. He wants to rip throws. He wants to make plays, and he's going to be able to. And I believe part of this is, he made a couple of decisions yesterday. I think we all were like, come on now. But you're going to be able to make a few mistakes. And I don't think you need to play uber. You have to find what you need to do to win that game. But I also think you want to go out and be aggressive. That's a tricky balance to have. But if this team is going to be led by its defense, which I believe it is, Jordan Love has to understand what kind of game he needs to have in order to do it. But he still needs to go and make a ton of throws. But there is no doubt, as an offense, if you feel like your defense isn't very good or the opposing offense is really good, you do put a lot of pressure on your unit to go out and feel like you have to play perfect. Yeah. Never want to be in that spot. And I think with this defense, you're not going to have to feel that way.
All right, so a couple of things that I want to touch on, and I want to go back to the two mistakes that Jordan did make. They were on successive plays, and neither one of them cost them, which is great. But to Darcy's point, not only do I think it takes the pressure off of him to be perfect or to not to have to try and play mistake-free football, because no one's going to be perfect. But I also think, Tausch, from Micah Parsons is a flamboyant personality. And, if I was going to criticize Matt LaFleur for anything from the offseason, I don't think you can force Jordan Love to be a different type of leader than he's comfortable being. And when I say that, in talking with his teammates, because that's, what we try to do, because of that access that we have, his leadership style is effective. Now, it's different than Aaron Rodgers, but I think he's got guys in that locker room that really appreciate that he doesn't, it is not him necessarily having to be the loudest voice and the smartest guy in the room all the time. He picks his spots, but he's not comfortable being that guy. He is a different personality than Aaron Rodgers. He's a different personality than Brett Favre, and I don't think it's an effective way to lead people by being someone you're not. So can he grow and be a little more of that guy from time to time? Sure. But I think the addition of Micah Parsons, he's not a rah-rah guy. Like, Jordan reacted to the touchdown. He's obviously very excited about that. But, kind of hey, they called us a bunch of cream puffs guy in the huddle. Let's go kill him. That's not him. That's not who he's going to be. So I think they add a guy who has that personality that also helps him in that way. Now, before we get to another text before trivia, so Jesse, pick one more good one. I don't understand, and I didn't get to ask Jordan about it after the game. We asked him a bunch of other questions, and he was clearly hyped up because he was talking like the guy in those old FedEx commercials. Like, I transcribed him, and he was saying words very, 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 very quickly. But the throw that almost gets picked by Anzalone, it almost looked like it was a no-look pass to Tucker Kraft, and I don't know if he was trying to throw the ball away and didn't throw it hard enough or what, but that could have been a problem because that could have been a pick six. And then the pick six that happens on the very next play, which was wiped out first by the defensive holding penalty, and then they would have still gotten the interception, but it would have been wiped out the touchdown because of the Aiden Hutchinson hit on Love. He did throw a pick. Like, it didn't count, and that's great. But to your point, I think it is going to be, this is where the 96 thing comes in. I do think it's going to be that this defense is good enough that they can absorb some of his interceptions, which they weren't able to do in some of the other games in the last 2 years. And to me, that's the best value of these guys.
I agree. I think there's every player realizes there's going to be plays that are mistakes or that they don't go well. I don't care how good you are. Yep. It's when and that's why these type of players, the Micah Parsons, they're erasers. They're big-time players. They can erase bad plays because they will make impact plays on the other end. So you're going to have bad plays. Are you going to have great plays? Are you going to have somebody that can overcome that? You need to – games aren't going to be perfect. You're going to have mistakes. There's going to be stuff that you have to clean up. When you have special players that make those plays in the moments that need to be made, that's when you have something special. And I know it's one game. But that is part of what Micah Parsons brings to this team is that you just feel like if it's not a strack or setting up another player to strack, it could be I beat a guy so quick that you can jump a route. Those are the things that separate good teams from great teams.
Jesse, give us one.
But it's too early to say. But yesterday was a great performance.
It was, no doubt. Jesse, last one.
Charles in Brookfield, so many positives. Quay and Cooper dominating, D-line dominating. My only negative would be able to play Parsons a little bit more early on and less later on when we were giving him the majority of his playing time. He really didn't even need to be out there because they were winning by so much, says Charles.
Yeah, LaFleur admitted after the game that he played more snaps than he wanted him to. They were trying to administer the knockout blow before Tesla with his big touchdown catch, which was a really impressive catch, with 55 seconds left. And it got out of hand a little bit, and he was gassed. And so I thought he was really effective. I thought they managed his snaps really well, and he was really productive in those limited snaps early on. So I didn't have any issue with how they handled his playing time. He did play more than they wanted him to down the stretch.
Yeah, I didn't think he needed to play as much at the end. The game was Rap City, USA.
Yep, I would agree.
But it also gave a great moment, got him on the stat sheet. So I understand it, but the game was Rap City. It was over.
Let's see if we can start the week with a Rap City of 3 straight correct trivia answers. Jesse, what's today's category and what caller would you like?
It is a Monday. It is time for the Sports Weekend Recap, our first full football weekend of the calendar year.
And the caller?
Okay, they won by 14. They scored 27.
Caller 41.
Let's do 14.
Why did you bring up 27?
I don't know. That's a great question.
I was debating whether to do 27 or 14. Let's do 14.
You had
took
that
the
great
path
week
of least
last
resistance.
week, and even though you didn't
off to a
think
rough
you
start.
did.
Yeah,
it'll get better.
Yeah, not great,
It'll get
bud.
better.
Caller 14 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 14 plays trivia after Tausch tells us about his love of Coors Light.
And whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, and you just need a moment to chill, crack open that Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filter, and cold packaged. It is made to chill. That's why it is always Coors Light in my hand after a big Packers victory, after a big Badgers victory, or after a Brewers 3-game sweep. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Yar. Time for trivia. We'll play next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all. On the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house. Only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. Looking to simplify your everyday banking? Our checking and savings accounts offer the tools you need, plus the friendly, Simply Local service you deserve. Enjoy competitive rates, 24/7 online and mobile banking, and real people ready to help right here in your community. Whether your checking balance is at midnight or stopping by one of our branches at noon, Great Midwest Bank has you covered with a variety of new and improved account options designed for your unique needs. Great Midwest Bank, Simply Local and member FDIC.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Our family loves when Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our home. And now football season has arrived, so try the green and gold Kringle. Traditional pecan Kringle and cheesecake Kringle topped with green and gold sprinkles. A crowd pleaser at any game day party. Order today at Kringle.com or 1-800-4DANISH. Easy to remember. Kringle.com or 1-800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, not just a treat, it's a tradition. And the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Jesse will have Whoa Nelly coming up in a couple of minutes, but first it's time for Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Love the Cousins app. Makes it very easy to order on the go. Let's play some trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Ace in Mount Horeb. Ace, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Jason Ader. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm fabulous. Thank you very much. Tausch is good, too. He's waving to you, unlike he did
hey,
when
Tausch
he entered the field. Yeah.
Hey, Ace Dog. What's good?
Ace and Ader. All right, question number 1. In Wilde and Tausch Trivia, the sports weekend recap is this. And by the way, I saw our teammate and friend Gary Ellerson, who told a story in the press box about scratching his cornea, and he was walking around with an eye patch during the week after that happened. He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do the Spectrum Sports Roundtable with Dennis Krause, and I said, "Yar, you should have done it with the eye patch," which was fun. Speaking of which, Ace, shiver me timbers! The Brewers played the Pirates this weekend. How many games did Milwaukee win in Pittsburgh in their 3-game series? Was it 1,
all 3,
2, or all 3, as Captain Tausch told you right before the segment began?
All 3.
I'm glad you knew that already, because our boy told you if you didn't. All right, that's 1 for 1 for you, Ace. Question 2. Which National Football League team scored the fewest points this weekend? Was it the Houston Texans, the New York Giants or the Tennessee Titans?
That would be 6 points by Russell Wilson and the Giants.
That is correct. Tausch, I know you weren't interested in the Jets-Steelers game. Did you catch any of your good, close personal friend, Russell Wilson, and his performance? Not great, Bob.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I saw this morning pretty much every ESPN personality saying it's time for Jackson Dart. So,
Dame time?
Dart time? I'm assuming it didn't go well for Russ.
It did not. All right, Ace.
A lot of checkdowns to Scadaboo. That's what I saw yesterday.
Fun name. Scadaboo.
Very fun name.
Physical. He's a physical old bear, too.
You should have seen him when Nate Hobbs was trying to tackle him. Question three. Question 3, Ace, is this. Aaron Rodgers' first touchdown pass with the Steelers was caught by which Pittsburgh receiver? Was it Calvin Austin III, Ben Skowronek? Ben Skowronek?
Let's go with Skowronek.
Okay. Or was it Jackson Hawes?
Skowronek.
Skowronek. Well done. Good one. I thought that wasn't bad.
It's good. You're on. You're good. You're doing it.
Ace, a perfect 3 for 3.
On, Jason Nader.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you were
buddy.
the trivia nader.
Jason Nader. Pretty good little deal today for the Jason Nader.
A perfect 3 for 3. That means you got 4 entries into Friday's drawing if Jesse remembers to do it. Well done, sir. Appreciate you.
You guys are awesome. So are the Packers. You're looking awesome.
Not as awesome as we are, though. Pretty awesome. We appreciate the call and your trivia expertise. Yeah, Tauschinator.
Is this the most excited after one game you've had a fan base that you've covered about this Green Bay Packers football team in 30 years?
Really good question. I'm definitely not going to put it in the 30 years category.
What year was more? It wasn't 10.
So I would say that if you remember, you remember this team, you went out and didn't wave to people. You won the title in 2010. And then in 2011, there was the lockout.
Strike. Yeah, so it just wasn't.
And then, that you opened in prime time against Drew Brees, who had gathered all of his teammates together for lockout practices, and Aaron Rodgers didn't. And snarky A-Rod, after they put up a 42 burger, was saying we could have scored even more had we had those lockout practices. There was a lot of excitement after that. You guys were the reigning champs. There's a lot of
this.
Okay, I think you're a little palmy, but I think it's a different type of excitement. I think it's a different type of excitement because it's the defense. And to your point that you had made earlier, this is a team that has not been led by its defense, and there's reason to be excited about what this crew could do this season defensively. So I think it's a different strain of excitement, and that maybe makes it a greater one because it's not just about excitement about the offense.
Jesse, is this palming? Am I palming? Because I remember 96, and you're going to get over the hump. I think 96 in here, I think those are the only two equivocations from what we saw just off of excitement after. Yeah, I'm equivocating things. Okay. How excited? I feel it. Just feels. I know this. In the 10 years that we've been doing this, after this game, this is the most excited our fans have ever been. That I know, or I feel. Am I crazy?
No.
Thank you.
The Saints game after they won the Super Bowl for sure was a big one. The excitement going into the opener at Seattle, which ended up not going well.
Yeah, 2014.
That was there was a lot of hype going into that. And then some of those 49ers games coming out to start. They played the 49ers was it 2 years in a row to start the season.
They got cooked by them in 2012 and then ended the season by getting cooked by them.
Yeah.
And then started the 2013 season getting beat by them again.
So those were also 3:25 kickoff, a lot of hype going into them, but not living up to it. So there haven't been a lot of great week 1 wins over the years. This one definitely feels like
and
it's
a lot
top
of road
the
games, in fairness.
Yeah,
a lot of
road games to start.
A lot of excitement after they got beat 38-3 by the Saints in Jacksonville to start the 21 season, no doubt.
Even thinking about beating the Bears 10-3, that was whatever.
Right.
Beating Jacksonville, there wasn't much to that game. So there haven't been many hype games that have lived up and the Packers have delivered in them.
Yeah, it just feels different, and I don't know if you guys see that. It does, and the Micah Parsons piece of this is what makes it different. That's how I feel, and I don't think I'm wrong on this. I am a palm guy sometimes. There's no doubt. I'll palm stuff now. I won't palm a basketball, but I'll palm. I don't think this is palm. I don't think this is palm.
We will see if it sustains, since if you think people are excited now, wait till they beat the Commanders, and they have 2 big-time wins in 5 days. We will see if that comes to fruition on Thursday. What will come to fruition next on Wilde Tausch is Wonelli, so stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers opened up the season with a 27-13 win over the Lions. Defense was the story of the day for the green and gold as they sacked Jared Goff 4 times. Here's what head coach Matt LaFleur had to say about the defense.
Defensively, it was a dominant performance against a really good offensive line, and Jared does a really good job of getting the ball out of his hands. So I thought defensively, just our style of play was exactly what we wanted.
The green and gold will have a quick turnaround before they are back at Lambeau Field on Thursday to take on the Washington Commanders.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an east side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Take the nearest exit to Ewald Automotive for 2025 model year clearance pricing. Save over $14,000 or get 0% financing. All makes, all models. Over 700 2025s in stock with model year clearance pricing. And with the Ewald low price guarantee, we'll beat your best price on a new vehicle by $500 or we'll give you $500 cash. Only at the Ewald model year clearance sales event. When they're gone, they're gone. Select model, we've got to see dealer details. Expires month end.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I said go, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I said go till you can't go. No more, no more. I said go, baby, go, go, go. I've been to a place where the drifters go. It brought me trouble, yeah, it brought me low. Time was flying, but I was rude.
Mike Silver of The Athletic has an interesting piece up. I don't know who his sources are or his or the accuracy of the information that he received. But Jesse, I don't want to usurp your valuable time for Wonelli, but I've now had 3 different people text this to me. The little tidbit from Mike's column suggesting that at a board of directors meeting in early August with Parsons and the Cowboys in a standoff with negotiations, the prospect of trying to trade for the 5th-year edge rusher was discussed. Policy, according to multiple witnesses, was emphatic in favor of the move, viewing it in terms of if not now, when. The case was further bolstered when the executive vice president and director of football operations, Russ Ball, assured board members that the franchise could meet Parsons' contract demands. And now this is the quote that Mike has, and this is why I wanted to bring this up. It was clear that this is a new era, said one Packers front office official. There had been moves that weren't made in the past, like trying to get Khalil Mack. Mark Murphy wanted to do it, but the board was against it, and he didn't want to force it on them. This time there was talk about not taking the fans for granted, even though we have all those years of sellouts and the long waiting list. It was a really good discussion. I guess my question for you, Tausch, is I can see all the ed policy stuff. Remember his dad, Carmen Policy, was with the 49ers. They essentially fired Bill Walsh. They also were pursuing Reggie White when he chose the Packers. So I have no problem with that. My question is, do they have to get the board of directors on board for personnel moves like this? That's the first time I've heard the board mentioned in a very long time, and my understanding had been that was not the case. So if that's true, I am super curious about what that might mean in a not as good way.
This is a Wilde dig in a little bit.
I have already begun.
No. That's more from let's buy this land, let's develop this. Do we think this guy's doing a good job? I can't imagine anyone in those positions wanting to. I don't dig in a little bit. I don't want to say stuff that we don't know.
I don't look again. I don't. I mean, he's quoting somebody.
Very
Obviously, talked to somebody.
It's very interesting.
It is interesting. There's definitely some digging to be done there. In the meantime, before I start picking up my shovel, it's time for Jesse to pick up the show with Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Wonelli
on Wilde Tausch.
The Wisconsin Badgers were 42-10 winners on Saturday afternoon over Middle Tennessee State. Why does everybody suddenly want to fire Luke Fickell? They won 42-10. Why is there all this panic? Everything I'm scrolling through on Twitter and everywhere.
Doom scrolling.
I think we need to have a conversation about Luke Fickell. This is what Mr. Rational.
Pablo's birthday again?
This is what Mr. Rational told you not to do, which was overreact to the first half of Middle Tennessee and think that it's doomsday in Madison. They won the game.
Did you tell us? You didn't tell us not to overreact to the first half.
I said don't.
No, I did.
I said I did too. I said don't do every play, every drive, every half.
Anybody else notice that Jesse's tune has changed since he's been hosting the show with Barry Alvarez?
Yeah. I also noticed that the Badgers are not favored in Tuscaloosa.
They are not. We'll get to that, and we'll get to that tonight on the Barry Alvarez show at 6:00 on ESPN Madison.
So Jesse,
and the YouTube channel.
So we were engaged in a text chain during the game. I'm sure Tausch appreciated us including him on that while he was trying to call the game. So I apologize if we were a distraction to you and Matt LePay.
Do you want us to not text you during games? Should we
No,
know
I don't
that?
care. I don't have my phone. I'll look at it during breaks. I'm not looking at it while we're calling the game.
I know. I didn't. Just wanted to make sure we were.
And
being
if you guys
considerate
have
of
good
it.
observations, it'd be nice if you'd give me good observations and not. I don't even know what you guys did.
I mean, let's be honest, and I think the color analyst for the Badgers Radio Network can be honest about this. They gave Middle Tennessee State a first down, and then they re-looked at it, and they realized that they had misplaced the ball. And so then they have to face a fourth down after that, and then the Badgers get a huge stop, and everything changes there. But I don't think, and as Jesse was the one who pointed this out, that in the only ranking that they do of all 136 teams, the Middle Tennessee State was 136th. They lost to a FCS school the previous week.
Austin
and the
P.
fact that we were at a pivotal point in that game where if they were in position, they pick up the first down or they don't correct the first down call that they had made, they could go in and score. They've got the lead, and I don't know if they still win going away the way the Badgers did. I thought the final score was a bit of a misleading final score, but this idea that people are so exasperated with Fickell that they would say these types of things is preposterous. It was not a. They did not blow them out like Minnesota did to whoever they had, Northwestern State at home at the same time. I get it, but my goodness, a win is still a win, and they need every win they can get this season.
Agree with you on winning is winning. But to sit here and say that it was an impressive performance, the first half and some change, they came out and drove the football, and that play, and you could talk to Coach Alvarez tonight about this, the pendulum swung when Allegro came in and stuffed him.
Yes.
The ref made the correct call. As a matter of fact, on the broadcast, I was like, I can't stand these refs. I'm so sick of these line judges just running up and, bring it. And because it felt like he was about a half yard short from up here, from where we were watching.
Right.
Like, can we got to be better than that, but I digress. We need to be better on the offensive side of the football and running the football. That was not a good football team that we played. Middle Tennessee is not a good football team. They looked a lot better than I wanted to see them look.
Well said.
And I'm going to tell you this. The trekking down to Tuscaloosa, we're going to need to be a lot better going down there than what we played, especially in that first half on Saturday. That I know.
Well said.
Whoa, Nelly!
More Badgers conversation tonight on the Barry Alvarez Show at 6 o'clock on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on 100.5 ESPN.
With host Jesse Nelson.
Oh, yeah, I do host that show.
Nelly!
So if you're only on YouTube, that means Tark and Derek can swear all the time, right?
We are not only on YouTube tonight, but in those instances,
I thought you said only
yes.
YouTube.
They're good for about one a week regardless. We just have to dump them when we're on the radio. When we're not on the radio, we can let it fly. Yeah, it's about how that works.
All right.
Did you watch that Bills-Ravens game last night? Because holy smokes, was that a fun football game. 41-40, scoreagami. First time in NFL history.
That's a scoreagami?
It was, yeah, 41-40.
Seems weird.
Never had a game end 41-40 before in NFL history until last night. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen put on a show. People were oogling over how good they were as quarterbacks.
Oogling.
I was told that Pittsburgh Jets game was must watch.
Well, the Pittsburgh Jets game was good too.
Would you stop? Just stop over there. Johnny
What?
No Wave. Enough.
What?
It was a
you
really
can critique others. I can't critique
game.
you. Oh,
in the early window, it was you poo-pooed that game, and again,
I
just
didn't poo-poo it. No,
you
I
did.
didn't poo-poo
Go back and listen to the tape. You had no interest in Aaron Rodgers
compared to Baltimore.
in his debut.
Compared to Baltimore and Buffalo, I
Check the
absolutely
tape.
poo-pooed it.
Check the tape.
No, I did.
Check the tape.
No, I'm agreeing with you. We don't have to check the tape. I'm agreeing with you. Why do you have to check the tape? I'm saying, but compared to Baltimore and Buffalo, it was a no-brainer.
They weren't on simultaneously. All right, never.
You got to pick one. Do you not understand? Pick one.
I don't ever just pick one.
Well, actually,
like
you
when I'm
don't
at the
because you
buffet.
hedge on everything.
He doesn't.
So that's
yeah.
fair.
We'll wrap things up next.
Maybe we
Wilde
can. Hey,
Tausch.
Jesse, maybe we got to scrap that. We can't do pick one anymore. You can't do it.
You pick two, like at Panera, which doesn't
Pick
have
a
ice
half
cream.
and grab a soup and then grab a sandwich.
The Noah's Ark of weekend previews this week.
That's not bad.
Good gazelles on there.
Will there
Some
be
lions.
Oh, he beat me. Dang it. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. In her first high school meet, Port Washington freshman Amanda Lotz shattered the school's 100-yard backstroke record by an impressive 5 seconds. Lotz continued her standout performance by slicing 13 seconds off the Kohler Pool record in the 500 freestyle. She also topped her own school record in the 100 backstroke, setting a new pool record by 6 seconds. Her dominant swims played a crucial role in leading the Pirates to a narrow 91-89 victory over the Blue Bombers. Congratulations to Port Washington's Amanda Lotz, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Well, you and I, we make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going to go off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app, use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Coming straight out of Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present The 8 Block, a fresh new youth-led radio show powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth. Hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other week, 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives. Don't miss the premiere on June 21st at 9 a.m. That's June 21st at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to The 8 Block.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. And I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change.
Quick turnaround for the Packers. No media availability today, so we will not be talking to Matt LaFleur. We will talk to him tomorrow. And then Wednesday they'll have a walkthrough, and then Thursday they're playing again. We will see how that plays out. Tausch, any parting thoughts other than the critique of your announcement at Lambeau Field?
Yeah, be excited. This is going to be a really good football team, and there's going to be some hiccups along the way. But man, I just you can't picture a better start to a season than what we saw yesterday. Just can't.
Yeah. You definitely can't. All right, that's it for us today. We will be back tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Enjoy your Victory Monday. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller,